Well, the latest MCU TV series premiered this week on D+. Agatha All Along has finally come out. I think it's been sitting around for a bit, waiting to premiere. And of course, you probably know this features Kathryn Hahn playing the character of Agatha Harkness, a witch who was first introduced to MCU fans in MCU's first TV series, WandaVision.
The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
Right before the show premiered, there was a red carpet event, and there was definitely a certain theme that seemed to be focused on during the question of all the stars, especially by that reporter from Variety.
That Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with.
But Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be.
It's been described as the gayest Marvel project ever. Do you agree?
But yeah, I definitely think it is.
Yeah, you may have heard this type of question before.
I would say arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And
I guess this is the current trend now. For every D+ show that premieres, ask how it's the gayest one ever. Which I checked on D+, and I guess I got a John Williams documentary coming out. I can't wait to hear how the Jaws theme is the queerest theme ever made.
Dinah. Oh, now, wait a minute. I did have a chubby kid on a raft earlier today.
Regardless, I did watch the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along, and quite frankly, I don't think this is the gayest Marvel show ever. Yeah, there's some gay characters in it, but the only way I honestly think this is the gayest Marvel show ever is if you're using the definition of gay the way kids did in the 1980s, where gay meant lame. Because this is lame.
lame.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes are just boring and lame. And the first show starts sort of the same way WandaVision did, a show in a show. In this instance, Agatha, who's being known as Agnes, is a police detective in a small northern town. And she's kind of grizzled. She's kind of grumpy. She bucks authority. Basically, she's kind of cosplaying Kate Winslet's character in Mayor of Easttown, which is actually not a bad show. Evan Peters, who played Quicksilver in the Fox movies and fake Quicksilver in WandaVision, was actually on the show too and won an award, Emmy Award for his performance. So that's kind of a weird coincidence.
Wait, was this a coincidence?
Unfortunately, that's where about the coincidences end between this show and Mayor of Easttown. Because, like I said, that was at least a well-done show, well-acted, good story. We don't get that here. The first 15 minutes of Agatha is, the fake cop story where she's playing the detective trying to solve the murder of a young woman. The portrayal of her as a cop is just tortured cliches about cops. It's overacted. It seems like a caricature of Kate Winslet's character, not even a good caricature. It's just ridiculous. An FBI agent named Rio Vidal, played by Aubrey Plaza, shows up to help with the investigation. It's clear that she and Agatha have some sort of history together. There's some sort of sexual tension going on between the two of them in the TV show that's going on. We also have the other character, the other actor, Joe Locke, is playing the mysterious teenage character who we only know as Teen. He shows up when he's breaking into Agatha's house, trying to steal something. He gets caught. She takes him down to the interrogation room, and again, a complete caricature of an interrogation. It is just, it's like a high school play doing a police interrogation scene. Really bad. Of course, the other thing is this teen character is pretty much believed to be the Marvel character Wiccan, who is Scarlet Witch's son Billy. So that's what we all expect that he's going to end up being.
Obviously.
Ultimately, it turns out that the dead body that Agnes was investigating is that of Wanda Maximoff, because it's time that she died at that time in Doctor Strange. We learned this because Wanda's name magically appears on the toe tag. And it's at that point that Agatha starts to break out of the Scarlet Witch's spell, which she's been trapped in for 3 years. So she wakes up, she's still in Westview, powerless. She runs out of the house naked for some reason, starts confronting her neighbors about what's happening. I'm really not sure why we needed this butt shot. I didn't like it when it happened in Thor: Love and Thunder, and I'm really not certain it's appropriate for movies which are kind of for kids for the most part. But someone, I guess, wanted it. Suddenly, Rio Vidal shows up at Agatha's house and starts fighting Agatha. It turns out she's also a witch who has some sort of history with Agatha, possibly romantic by the interaction we see, and she wants to kill Agatha. But she doesn't because she recognizes that Agatha's powerless, and she doesn't want to do it, that way because it'd be too easy. She wants Agatha to get her full powers back. So she leaves, tells Agatha, go get your powers. And the Salem 7, which is a group of witches, is actually coming to get Agatha too because Agatha, I guess, has broken a bunch of rules.
The worst of them. The Salem 7.
And then after Rio Vidal leaves, we suddenly see that Agatha has actually kidnapped Teen and got to figure out what to do with him. Yeah, so that's all of episode 1. Episode 2 that, just rolled right in. And we quickly learn that Teen is basically a fan of Agatha.
Okay, so confession, I know an egregious amount about you. I've been obsessed since I first showed up on your Salem days.
And he wants to, he helped, free Agatha from Wanda's spell. And he wants to travel the Witch's Road with her, which is where Agatha's going to go to get her powers back. But to do that, Agatha needs a coven of witches. So it's kind of like, assemble the Witch Avengers here. So she gets 3 people, 3 witches to help her out. A divination witch, a potions witch, a protection witch, and, not a witch at all, but Eric Foreman's mother.
That is just my dream come true.
Actually, that's actress Deborah Jo Rupp, who was Agatha's neighbor in the WandaVision series in Westview, and I guess she gets recruited because of something. I don't know.
Whatever.
Anyway, they all meet up at Agatha's house and go down into the basement where they decide they're going to conjure up the Witch's Road, and they do so by singing a song to open the gateway to the Witch's Road.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Sorry, that's the wrong clip. You can understand the confusion. I have the actual clip, but I'm not going to play the music because copyright. So I printed out the lyrics, and oh God, I'm going to read some of it. Not all of it, because it's cringy as hell. Seekest thou the road to all that's foul and fair? Gather, sisters, fire, water, earth, and air. Darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine. Burn and brew with coven true, and glory shall be thine. Down, down the road, down the Witch's Road. Down, down, down the road, down the Witch's Road. Down, down, down the road, down the Witch's Road. Circles sown with fate, unlock thy hidden gate. Marching ever forward neath the wooded shrine, I stray not from the path. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop right there, because I think if I read any more, I may be violating some Geneva Conventions or something.
Thank God. I was freaking out.
While the witches are all in the basement singing, that's when the Salem 7 show up, and Teen starts freaking out. Agatha and her coven manage to open the Witch's Road. They all run down, escaping the Salem 7, and now they're standing on the Witch's Road, looking out at where it goes. They take off their shoes and start walking down the road, and that's the end of the episode.
Really? That's it.
So like I said, this was pretty much boring and lame. I kind of wish it was the gayest Marvel show ever, because at least there'd be something of interest to talk about. Like I said, this is just boring. I'm not even certain why this is a Marvel show. There's nothing other than the fact Agatha Harkness is part of it and a few other characters. They would make this MCU show. There's no superheroes in this, just a bunch of witches. I think I forget where I was watching. It was maybe Nerdrotic or Film Threat, where someone said, why didn't they just do Hocus Pocus 3? I mean, honestly, that probably would have been better. I mean, Disney has it, right? Why just not do that? And seriously, who is this show for? I know a bunch of people are saying, it's for wine moms and single cat ladies. But really, I think you're kind of insulting the wine moms and single cat ladies. I think they'd rather watch Sex and the City than this crap. Why did anyone think people would want to watch Agatha Harkness? Because of one silly song in WandaVision? Is that it?
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
Agatha Harkness has always been a tertiary Marvel Comics character. I remember she first appeared in the 70s, I think it was, as Franklin Richards' nanny. She then became a tutor to Scarlet Witch to teach her witchcraft. And back when I was collecting comics, I remember her showing up in the West Coast Avengers to help Scarlet Witch and Vision when it turned out that their kids, Billy and Tommy, I think it's Tommy, were pieces of Mephisto's soul. And she was always an old crone. She looked like she was 100 years old. She just appeared now and then. She never had a comic to herself. There was no interest in her being a main character. But suddenly, because we have this cutesy little song and WandaVision, she gets her own TV show?
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
This show is literal proof that the MCU was real. I mean, I dare you to find any comic book fan who says, my favorite character is Agatha Harkness, or someone who said, I always wanted an Agatha Harkness comic book. I mean, I was at the comic book store today. I should have asked someone that. I know the shows are out there. They're talking about how great this show is. You can find them if you want. You know where Grizzy's channel is, where he roasts them like crazy. But seriously, what is it about this show that these people think adds to the MCU? It adds nothing. It has nothing to do with superheroes, nothing to do with superheroics. The character's not even a hero. But I guess it's a leftover from when Kevin Feige was pushing his pro-female superhero agenda, all female superheroes. That's fine. More superheroes is fine. Female superheroes is fine. But then the Marvels happened.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah, and things went off the rails on that. Look, there are good female superhero characters out there. There are. Just portray them in the way they are in the comics, and people will like them. Just don't portray this damn agenda we've seen with Echo and She-Hulk and all this other crap. If you wanted a show about witches, you certainly could have made Hocus Pocus 3, could have made Practical Magic 2, hell, even make a third Charm series. But why stick this here in the MCU? There's no need for it. So, is this the gayest Marvel show ever? I already told you what I think, what my opinion is, what definition I'm using. I guess it's up to you to decide that. We'll see if maybe some of the future episodes make it the gayest ever. Questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click all those good buttons. See you guys next time.